So what is the Samsung XR? Well, it is a headset that is tapping into the augmented reality space, very similar to the Apple Vision Pro, where you put on a headset and you can see the space around you, but you're able to do basically computerized things. You can put up a screen, you can watch movies, you're in this virtual reality, but you're still there. Now, Samsung is trying to bring a competitor when it comes to this augmented reality. We've seen Apple just drop their second version with their M5 chip. And with Samsung, they've teamed up with Google and Qualcomm to put this out. So let's go into some of the specs Samsung XR before we talk about is it worth it. So the Samsung VR is rocking two 4K displays, so one per eye, and they're micro LED panels, and they're very similar to the Vision Pro. For the chip, it's rocking the Snapdragon XR2 Plus, and this is really optimized for that virtual reality. The cameras, there's multiple cameras, so we have some for just seeing around you, some for your hand tracking, very similar to Apple's, so that you can basically just put on the headset and use it. And for battery, they do have like an external pack. As the battery goes, it's very similar to the same size as the one that the Vision Pro uses. You can get about roughly 2 to 2.5 hours depending on your usage with this. They do have an external pack that you can buy, just like Apple's. So if you run out of batteries, you can switch it pretty easily. For the build, they went very opposite from the Vision Pro. The Vision Pro is built with metal and it's a lot heavier to the point that they had to redesign the headband to make it more comfortable. The Samsung XR is going with the original Apple Vision Pro build, where it's just a wrap that goes around your head and it's plastic. So the build is definitely a lot lighter, but that's also going to make it feel a little bit more lightweight and easier to use. So it's not just a big heavy magnet holding you down. There is a little bit of light that can peek through from the bottom. It doesn't fully seal to your face like the Vision Pro does. But if you've used like an Oculus before, it's probably going to have a very similar feel to that. So if you are into it, you probably won't notice that as much when the light leaks in. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do with it. As storage and RAM goes, it has 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. There's 2 pass-through cameras and 6 tracking cameras and 4 eye tracking cameras to track your eyes, because your eyes are also part of like a mouse, kind of like the Vision Pro. Audio, you have 2-way speakers, and you got 6 microphones, so it can hear you pretty well no matter what you're doing. And it's got Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and it weighs about 545 grams. So it's definitely lighter when it's compared to the Vision Pro, which is nice. And real quick, before we get about the comparison, for the UI, they run Android's One UI, and it's built on top of Android's XR. This will be best integrated with Samsung products, obviously. A really big thing is it has some good app support because it's backed behind Google. It does have YouTube, where that's a big thing because the Vision Pro is very limited right now with its third-party apps. And so being able to have YouTube, Chrome, and possibly Google Play integration, this could be pretty big. And how does this compare to the Vision Pro? It's lighter, so that's going to be very helpful when it comes to wearing it, especially for maybe longer periods of time. After probably like 5 to 10 minutes, the Vision Pro kind of starts to pull down your face. It's got the brightness for the screens are a little bit lower, but the color accuracy is a little bit better than Apple's. And here's the big thing. The price is around $1,500, which is a lot better. That's almost third of the price as Apple's, where it's $3,500. So $1,500 to $3,500, that's a big difference, especially coming from a consumer standpoint. If you're looking just to get something that's not as expensive, this is definitely the thing for you. It just depends on if you use Samsung products or if you do use Apple products. And so the interesting thing is with this, Samsung is almost trying to cover their bases when it comes to these products. I personally haven't seen a lot of Apple Vision Pros out since they've been released, and Samsung's just trying to be competitive in the market. So we're not necessarily sure if this is the big hit. Maybe it slims down to something more like Meta's glasses, or it could have both, where we have a Vision Pro headset, we have those Meta glasses, or we might find something that's in the middle. We're not sure, but this is Samsung's shot to try and get back and try and be competitive in this market. So what are your thoughts of the Samsung XR? And drop them down below in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.